thank you for your kind words, and also thank you to Anna and the Be Brilliant Club for inviting Ricky and I on this webinar and for the talks you do over in Sheffield. So very grateful. Hopefully I can add some value today. I'm just going to share my screen and then kick this off. 1 second. Okay, let me minimize some of these windows. That's great. Let me press present. Right, hopefully everyone can see my screen now. So talk today is, I'm going to try and make it as practical as possible. Again, I speak at quite a lot of events and it's a lot of theory-based stuff. So I'm going to try and give you some real actionable, practical tips today so you can implement straight after this webinar. I'm going to be talking about how we've used video to grow 100% year on year. Super proud and super grateful. We've done okay as a business and we keep growing year on year, and video has been a huge contribution to that. So I always like to start out with the things we've done wrong, because this is where you're going to learn the most. We've been part of Digital 22's format 7 years ago. We introduced video about 2 or 3 years ago, and we've done so many things wrong. We thought back in the day that to use video marketing in your business, you had to go out and spend 20 grand on kit. You had to employ a 20, 30 grand a year videographer in-house, or 2 of them, in fact. And then you had to, that's our podcast room there and our media room. You had to spend another 15 to 20 grand on all this infrastructure and video rooms. And we kind of did all that. And then what we found is only 1 or 2 people in our business could produce video. So long story short, after spending £100,000 and making many years of mistakes, we found a real quicker and easier solution, a cheaper solution. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. You don't have to do all this stuff. You can do it as a side partner, but I'm just going to touch on that. But before we do, I'd love to know where everyone's at on the call. This will really help me, and I can sort of customize some of the slides and the questions to help you. So just if you could help me out, what prevents you from using video in your communication strategy? So that's video comms throughout your business. Is it too expensive? So you're not really going to see an ROI on it. Does it take too much time? Or you just don't know how to use the software? D, are you scared of being on camera? Or you don't have the human resources in-house to do that, or the outsourced resources? Or is it other? So it'd be great if you could stick some of them in the chat, just so I can see where everyone is at. Let me see where your chat is. 1 second. Pull up the chat pane there and see where people have got. So we've got a lot of F's, don't have the human resources, pretty much all of them. We've got scared of being on camera, that's good. C as well is you don't know what software to use. Oh, brilliant. B's, C's and D's. Okay, well, wow, okay. This is going to be hopefully really valuable. Thank you, guys. Let me nick back to the slides. It's really going to help me, that. So everything I do now, if it's a company presentation for my team or a client, I always start with an outcome. So when I start putting these slides together, rather than me going on a tangent, I write down my outcome I want to give you guys. So the first thing is I want you to learn from our mistakes. So fast track turn decades into days. So the mistakes we made over a decade, you can obviously implement in a day. The second one is everything I'll give you has got to be free. It's got to be cost effective, and you've got to be able to do it yourself. You don't need an in-house team. It's got to be 100% practical. You've got to implement it quickly. I'd love you to go away and do some of this stuff straight after the call. And again, I don't want to give you any boring-based theory video facts. I'm sure every presenter you see on video gives you all the video facts. There's going to be none of that in here. It's going to be all practical. I want to give you as much value as possible. Everything I share with you is what we're currently doing in Digital 22 today. It's had a massive impact on our business and all our clients as well. So if I can tick all them boxes for you and what I've seen in the chat, hopefully I've done my job today. So rewind a couple of years ago, we was over in the States, hell of a lot. We're over there 2-3 times a year. And let's be honest, the kind of head of the curve over in the US, and they was doing video 3, 4, 5 years ago. So he was learning from the Americans, coming back, and we decided to take a video first approach in our business a couple of years ago. So we broke it down into 4 parts, which I'm going to discuss for you today. The first one is sales, and then marketing, service, and then internal communications as well. So I'm going to break them down as simply as I can. The first one, excuse me, is sales. So this is Caroline. She's our sales and solutions manager, and that's Caroline back in the day for all you salespeople on the call, you'll know how hard it can be. Speaking to Kaz, an average day she'd reach out to over 100, 200 prospects. These prospects get at least an average 120 emails in their inboxes. Kaz would be sending voicemails. She'd be ringing people up, cold calling, you know the score. She found it really difficult, really frustrating. Our average top of the funnel to bottom of the funnel conversion rate back then was around about 1%. So for every 100 people Kaz outreach, you'd hopefully get a call with 1% of them. She found it really hard to stand out and hard to connect with prospects, and just hard to convert leads. That's where we was back in the day. So we brought back this video first approach, and we said, right, how can we start with sales and help Kaz? So we started trying to think of how we can rehumanize the sales process. So how can we stand out in people's inboxes? How can we establish trust and connection? Actually seeing a face to a name rather than written text on an email. We sat down, we looked at the process, and we worked out an average of 7 to 10 touch points in a sales process before we even met the prospect. So that'd be 7 to 10 emails or calls. We worked that out. Then we wanted to use personal video to convey our authenticity, trust, and boost response rate. And we tracked this, and we did that, and we boosted it by up to 5x, which I'll explain later on in these slides. We also want to put a face to a name. And we keep using that term human to human. We don't use the term B2B or B2C anymore. It's H to H. It's that human to human connection. So that's what we did. I always put this quote in here. I think it's very relevant. No prospect ever said, sorry, I'd rather read long email full of attachments. It's so much easier now for a prospect just to quickly watch a 60-second video. So again, we sat down with the entire team, and we'd already processed our entire business. This is our sales process back then. I'll quickly run through this. We'd have a lead, they'd register it on our CRM, we'd set up a connect call with them, we'd then qualify them, we'd then do an explore call, get more information, we'd qualify again, and then we'd set a planning call for the deep dive. Then we'd pitch, and then we'd send a proposal over, and fingers crossed, they might ask us to come and meet us then. So that could take anywhere for up to 2 to 3 weeks to get to that stage, and we still haven't met the prospect or put a face to a name. So we're using the video first approach. We started using video throughout our sales process. So as soon as they register on the thank you page, Kaz will be explaining what happens. After the first connect call, Kaz will send a quick video saying, hi, here are the recaps from the call, great to meet you. Again, face to a name. After the explore call, the same, the planning call. And then when we send a proposal over, we will actually explain the proposal on screen with video. And then right down to the final handover to the team as well. What we would do is we would explain to the team all the notes and the entire sales process. So I'm just going to pick 2 of these and show you exactly how we do this, and then I'm going to demo how we do it. So the first one is the send a proposal. So I've put links to all these. Let me just click out of this a second. So if we go back to the slides, this is Kaz. She's just recording a next steps video. This is a proposal handover. And I'm just going to show you a couple of seconds how we do that.
Hey Laura, I hope you're well. Just wanted to say a big thank you for inviting myself and Ricky up yesterday to come and meet with yourself and the team there. It was great to meet you. It sounds like a great opportunity, and I would love to certainly partner.
So again, I'm not going to make you watch all that. You get the gist. It's just Kaz. She's really friendly. It's face to a name. And these slides will be shared with you after the webinar as well. So I've tried to put some more valuable information in there and the purpose of each one of these videos. So this one is to establish rapport, to give resources, keep the deal moving. Kaz's approach is to be as knowledgeable as possible, insightful, and always add value and help. We can also screen demo presentations. So that's our first example of how it works in the sales process. Another one is, if you think back to our process, when we do the team handover, we had a real big communication breakdown where Kaz would be speaking to the client for up to a month. She'd have a load of notes. She should hand it to our team. There might be 20 people working on that account, and they'd be bombarding with Caroline up to a month after, asking him questions about the client. So what we've done now is we've introduced video. So Kaz would create something as simple as this. It's just a handover video. Again, I'll show you a couple of seconds how that works.
Hey guys, I hope you're all well and you're settled into working from home. Just a quick video rather than me writing a really long-winded email. Culture shift is a prospect that.
So that's how Caroline would do it. The purpose is to answer any common questions, any notes, any info at the handover, any client's goals or challenges, anything to be handed over to our team. If 20 people are working on this account, they could all watch that video in their own time as well. It'd save Kaz grabbing everyone in a room of 20 people and trying to go through this, and people being on holiday or not being there. So that's really helps us as well from a sales process internally. And the question I'm sure you're asking is, that's great, Mark, how do I do that? So it's I try to break it down as simple as possible to 3 easy steps, and I'm going to demo that now and show you how we do it. Okay, I'm just going to come out of this, remove them. So it's a piece of software called Vidyard. I've put a link in here for you, so when you get the slides, you can either Google it or you can just press install for free, and it goes to their website. And if you're in Google Chrome, it's as simple as pressing install for free, and then as soon as you do that, this little green robot icon appears in your bar there. Okay. So again, I'm going to attempt to live demo this now. Fingers crossed, I haven't done this on a Zoom call before. Hopefully it'll go well. So a tip is, if you are prospecting, so let's have a look. I'm on the B&B Press website, and I want to reach out to them guys, say Anna, for example. All I would do is press my little robot, and you've got different options here. You can have the full screen, which I'll select for today. You could just have the tab, or you could just have camera only. I always tend to go for the screen share with me in the bottom corner. Then all I do is simply press record. Press that, press share, and you've got a countdown. Hi Anna, it's Mark from Digital 22. How are you doing? I just want to say I'm super impressed with your website. I've just been looking over it for the last half hour. Really bold, really inspirational. Very impressed indeed. I've just got one little tip which would improve your conversion rate. If you thought of having a video play button above the page fold, what tends to happen is most visitors don't actually scroll straight away when they land on a website, and having a play button there, it will create that human-to-human connection, and people can see instantly about you, your business, and get a feel for how you work. I've got loads more CRO tips and conversion tips which will help you improve your site. If you are interested, please give me a shout, and I'd love to chat. Thank you. And then all I do is just press the button there, and that should convert. It takes a couple of seconds, and it is as simple as that. And then all I do is put the title in there. Love your website, Anna. You've got 2 options here. You can have a static thumbnail, and what I love about this is the animated thumbnail. So if I press on that, I'll show you how this works. And all I do is press share. Now I'm going to send that from my Gmail account. That opens it from my Digital 22 Gmail account. And straight away, that should put the animated thumbnail in there for Anna. So you can type a few things up here, a few little notes, and then all I do is press Anna at B&B Press, and then ping that over. So what would be great at the end of this presentation is for Anna to share her screen, and we can see how this has come through. So I'm just going to send that now, and that's going to go over. So it is really as simple as that. And the beauty of this, we've trained our entire team to use this now, and we don't need any expensive tools. This software is free. And I'm going to give you some more tips and advantages and more tactics of how to use this software. So the next thing is our keys for success. We've simplified this into 6 steps, really simple. Is just try and smile, try and use a script, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. Make it really personal. So I kept using Anna's name and referred to her business and make it really personal. Keep it within 90 seconds. Probably about 40, 50 seconds there, and offer value. The whole point of sending these videos is not to sell, it's to offer value. So I'll give them a bit of value about the video tip, and then offered more value of how I've got loads more ideas how it could improve their conversion rate. And then don't forget that human connection. So just be yourself. If you fluff things up or make a little error, it doesn't matter. People are be more relatable to that. And another tip here is a pro tip is sometimes Kaz will use a board and actually put the name of the prospect in there. So when you see the animated thumbnail in their email, it makes them more prone to actually pressing that. What we found is our conversion rates have gone through the roof from when people are opening these emails. So you imagine they have 120 emails in their inbox, they're all text, all exactly the same, and then this thing comes through. If you work in sales, I can't explain how much this has helped us in our sales process. If you are interested, and I did speak about scripting, what I've done here is I've laid out a couple of slides for you. Again, I'm not going to go into these now, but feel free to read these after. And I broke it down into 5 parts, which is your intro, obviously your value proposition, what purpose, you always put your next steps or CT in there, and your thank you. So this is more reaching out to a cold prospect. And then I've just added another slide is reconnecting with a prospect. So you can see the script slightly changes. So you can easily print this out, pull up your Vidyard. I tend to put it behind my camera sometimes and just speak naturally on there. And then I've just broke it down for you again. Once you get the slides, I broke it down in visual format then. So it's record, share, and then you also get notifications as well. And the beauty of the Vidyard application is you can do it on your mobile phone, so you don't have to be sat at your desktop. If you're in the car, at a meeting, out and about, or anywhere, you can just pull out your phone and create a video straight from your mobile phone. If you don't want to use Vidyard, excuse me, we used to use another piece of software which is equally as brilliant, which is called Loom Screen Recording, which is this little sign here. Again, I'm not going to demo this for time purposes, but it's exactly the same. You start recording. What I do like about Loom is when the prospect watching it, you can have little thumbs up emojis and happy faces and things like that. If you are interested in that, again, after the slides, I've created you a little how-to video. You can watch that in your own time, exactly how to set that up. And another pro tip for you salespeople out there, if you are outreaching again to prospects, what's really worked for us as well, if you start your screen on their LinkedIn page. So again, if that was Anna at B&B Press, I guarantee if she sees that animated thumbnail appear in her inbox with her LinkedIn page, 100% she's going to press and watch that video. So that's another pro tip for you guys out there. Just a quick recap on sales. So, yep, it breaks through inboxes. It's 5x our responses. It builds relationships at a distance. So again, if Caroline can get in front of the prospects up to 7 to 8 times via video before we even meet them, it feels like they know us already. Explain complex topics simply. So in our games, things are so complicated, and just doing a screen share and explaining it can be really helpful. We have a methodology called show, don't tell. So we try and use that in our video first approach, and it saves time as well. It actually saves time of back and forth of emailing. So that's a quick recap. So I know I'm going pretty fast, guys, but there's quite a lot to get through here. And I know I've only got 30 minutes. So I'll keep going. Next, we touched on our marketing. So back to our sales process. Where can we introduce a video first approach? We've got this is the next process after we win the gig, we win the client. Now it goes on to client onboarding. So Kaz's process will be on the left-hand side, and then we start the client onboarding. Now this is our role process where we'd have a kickoff meeting with the internal team. We create buyer personas and marketing material, content audits, and then send it to client. What we've done now is use video within our process. So when we do the handoff to the internal teams again, we have the kickoff day and a full summary is created on video for the entire team. When we do the buyer journeys, we've created the video for the team, the the planning hubs. Again, I'm not going to go into detail, but you kind of get the gist. And then right at the final stage, when we hand that over to the client for approval, we create a video and do a full talk through. And just by doing that, it's improved our comms, our processes, our amend rates dropped from around about 7 to 2 now. So that's really helped us as a business. And then I always like to show, don't tell. So here's some examples of Sam. Sam will create, this is a video he's created recently for one of our clients. Let's just jump in. Sam's one of our strategists. When this loads up.
Hey Brian, hey Heather, hey Paul, and hey Russell. I just wanted to put a quick video together to kind of show you guys the new sales dashboard that I've created for all of you to use on HubSpot. So this is what
As you can see there, this client is actually based in Bermuda, but they've also got a sales rep in London and one in the Lake District. So just by Sam creating this little quick how-to or training video, you can go to all parts of the world. Sam can see if they watched it, if they've engaged in it. It obviously he shows them quick wins. He offers as much support as possible, but this has really helped him as well reduce his emails. So clients asking questions, they can quickly watch this video straight after. Another tip, an example, Ricky did the Be Brilliant Club webinar a couple of weeks ago, and all he did was press his little Vidyard robot, created a quick 2-minute, I think it's a 2-minute video there, what he's going to be talking about. He pinged one to our social media, he pinged one over to Anna, and it's as simple as that. No flashy kit, no videographers, it's as simple as that. And then another one which has been really helpful for us for our marketing is what we call request videos or outreach videos. So we have an annual event called Love Inbound, and we want some really high-ranking speakers there. Back in the day, we'd be sending emails out and not getting much reply. So all our requests for speakers now on our events and podcasts, we do via video requests. Again, I'm not going to sit you through watching that, but once you get the slide, you can. I put a link in there, and you can watch how we create an outreach video. The beauty of all this is we are marketeers, is we want to track engagement. So once Anna opens that video later and watches that, I'll get a notification and it'll tell me, has Anna watched it? How much has she watched? Has she watched 66% or the full 100%? If prospects are really engaged, they'll watch the full 100%, and that's more prone for me to contact them again, either send up a follow-up video or set up a call. It does everything from engagement graphs to viewers history, but there's some really powerful techniques in that. The free version's got a real basic graph like that, but if you go for more pro advanced versions, you can integrate this into your CRMs. Again, that's for a different day, but there's some real high-end optics you can introduce there as well. And I'll keep moving for time reasons. So service side, so this is servicing our clients. A couple of years ago, we do quarterly NPS surveys for all our clients. So they get an NPS survey saying, how are we doing? Can we improve in any areas? How would you rate Digital 22 out of 10? So these go out every quarter. We collate them and put this into this industry standard NPS score. So a couple of years ago, we scored 21, which we was quite proud of and quite happy. It's in the area of good. But we just thought, how can we improve this with a video first approach? So we started speaking to all our account managers and strategists, and we give our full entire team of, there's about 42 people, training on how to use video. And what we started doing is, again, I'm not going to show you the processes. We started introducing video first approach, such as our weekly reports. Rather than just pinging a spreadsheet over, we'd have our strategists talk about the reports, talk them through it, go through the tabs, keep these to around about 2 or 3 minutes. We'd also we'd do a lot more upselling. So I believe the best way to upsell is add value. So you can demo new services and new product updates. So we started doing more of that, start winning more business. And one thing we do at Digital 22 is, excuse me, HubSpot, our CRM is a bit of a beast. And we want to educate our clients more. So what we started doing is creating loads of how-to videos. So how to use the portal, how to upload Excel sheets into your database, and we start building a real bank of these now, and we can share them and add value to our clients. And at the end of the video, you can put in video CTAs, and we'd start asking, how are we doing? So we'd get real-time feedback from our clients rather than wait until the end of the quarter. If a client was unhappy or wasn't engaged, we'd kind of know earlier on within that cycle. So as directors and leadership team, we could just jump in and service that client a lot better. So we did that, and a couple of quarters later, we sent out a survey using the video first approach, and this is what come back. We had a plus 53, which was over the moon. It's just on the borderline of excellent there from all our clients. So again, what we found is it reduced back and forth of emails. It bought a lot more time for our strategists and account managers. It resolved customer issues faster. It obviously increased customer satisfaction, as you can see, and it improved our retention rates. So clients stay with us a lot longer now through the video first approach, using that human to human connection. So hopefully that's helpful for you. I've got a couple more examples here. So Emily, one of our strategists as well. In marketing, if we can prove return on investment for our clients, they're going to make more money and they're going to spend more money with us. So that's a real key KPI for us and all our clients. So what we tend to do now is, again, as I explained earlier, we'll do a monthly report or a weekly report, depending on clients, and send that via Vidyard screen recording, talking through that. It's obviously delighting our clients more. We're highlighting our ROI. It's making us more valuable as an agency. We try and keep it simple, and we also show real-time dashboards and live stats. So we're actually showing our live stats as they are now, and that's really been powerful and helped us delight our clients. So a bit of a service recap. Again, I know I'm moving faster. I'm just mindful of time. Speaking to our design team, they're using a video-first approach a lot more now. So we used to create a lot of branding, and we'd just almost throw the branding logos over in an email and leave the client to interpret how we're thinking. Now we will create actual videos explaining the story behind the logos and how we created it, and we'll talk that through screen. And same with websites, we won't just throw them a link over now, we'll talk them through the site nav and the user journey of the website. So that's really helps us in reducing amend rates and wowing the client. Strategists I've already discussed, that builds relationships. Marketeers, live demoing, it stops them typing long emails, which they love. And our SEO and PPC team, as you know, SEO, it's got a bit of a bad reputation in areas, and PPC. So the beauty of it now is we can jump into our applications and softwares and talk through with our clients exactly where the SEO is and how they're doing from domain authority, and they can actually see in black and white. So it creates that real trust and authority. And then last but not least is our internal communication. So we've used Vidyard to help in our HR and obviously build our culture as well. So any important company updates we do now, it's Ricky and I, we'll just, especially working from home, we'll just press a video, give an update, and we'll ping that out to everyone in our company. The beauty for us is we can see who's watched it, who's engaged, and who's interested. So that really helps us. Anything we do culture-wise now, from birthdays, competitions, awards, we record and post that on social media. Another thing helpful with Vidyard from the mobile app is we do a lot of event visits over the years. We've recently come back from Boston, which is this picture here. And what we tended to do at the end of each day, 8 of us go there, we'd all pull out our Vidyard phone and we'd do a full takeaways, what we've learned from that day, and we'd send it back to our team in the entire office. So we use it for that. The biggest impact for video first within our business has been recruitment now. So we use videos on our recruitment pages, on our job ads. If there's anyone joins our business now, there'll be a welcome onboarding videos. We'll give them office tours, what to expect on the first day, what's it like working at Digital 22. I put 400% increase on there, but that's wrong. I think it's around about 600% increase in applicants now since we've been using video first in our HR. So that's something, again, really powerful. What we got here? Yeah, Paul, this is just an induction video. I'll quickly show you this for our new starters. So we've got a lot of people starting on a regular basis. What Paul has done now is created induction videos.
Hiya and welcome to this series of videos about our levels and competency framework. This is part of your onboarding and it's going to build on things you'll have talked about in your HR induction.
Again, I'm not going to sit you through that. It can be quite painful, but you can get the gist. The beauty of Vidyard as well, if you've got the pro license, you can actually stack videos in a playlist. So when it's finished, it'll go to the next video. And we can see if this new starter has actually engaged and watched these. We could have CTAs at the end, so they sign it like they've watched it, and then that's approved then in their employee hubs. So that's another great tip we use. How long should video be? A lot of people ask us. Keep it simple, I always say. The shorter the better. If you're using cold outreach in sales, keep it between 30, 45 seconds. Explainer videos, minimum 90 seconds. We call these micro demos. Try and keep them to around about 6 minutes. People's attention span now, as you know, it's really difficult to keep people engaged. So I'd rather send a series of small videos than one long one. So that's kind of what we work to. But if you aim for this 45 seconds to 60-second video, you're in the ballpark. And then just something for you guys to think about. I only showed you a couple of processes. I'm sure you've got them in your business. It might be worth printing them out or demoing up on a whiteboard and thinking, right, where could you use a video first approach in your business? There's a sales process there again. How could it be used at the renewal stage? So within a year, could you send a video saying how much value you've added over the last year and you'd like to renew? So have a good think where you could use that. What I always like to do as well in everything I do is try and add as much value as possible. So I've just threw in a load more bonus slides in here. I'll quickly whiz through these before we finish. For years, we've used every kind of licensed audio channel out there. We always found this one's the best. This is called Audio Jungle. I'll put a little link to you there. So you want to put some music on your videos, that's the one we use. It's usually about $1 or $2 for licensed music. I'll throw that in there for you. Same with excuse me, captions and transcripts. We've tried everyone and these guys are far the best. If you need captions or transcripts for your videos, it works out $1 per minute. It's as simple as you put your link in or upload your video and they have human translators. Type that in, you can upload that to your video if needed. So that's the best one. Thumbnails, again, if you do want a designed thumbnail, you haven't got a graphics team, this is a great website. It's called Canva. It's free, and you can create your little thumbnails free of charge. So I thought I'd give you a little link to that. Storyboards as well. If you do want to think of ideas, we use this Digital 22 storyboard template. I'll give you a little link here as well. This goes to our cloud, so you can just download that, print it off. There's one of our team members there and just quickly doing a storyboard script. That's all we do. It's as simple as that. Feel free to download that and print that off as well. Again, loads of resources. We've been doing this a long time now. I've only got 30 minutes now, so I'm just showing you a fraction of what we do. I'll give you links to all our blogs. So much stuff in here, so much value. Feel free to click through them. Podcasts. So these are some of the best in the industry we've interviewed on our podcast. The stuff I'm talking about now. These guys are head of Vidyard and people like that. So have a listen, see what you think. There's loads of value in there. I've also stuck in our inbound video workbook free of charge. So if you click on that and you've got some reading time, you can have a good read through this and everything is sectioned off for you. So if you want to know how much inbound video costs, you just press on that and it'll go to that section. Again, there's loads of stuff in there. And last but not least, we've probably spent the last 3 or 4 months putting a learning portal together. So we want to try and go more down the educational route, especially using video. So we've created a portal called Inbound University. Hundreds of hours have gone into this. Again, I'll just give you probably 0.5% of what's possible. In this course, we put everything in there and it's step-by-step framework. What we'd like to do is we're going to be launching this in 2 or 3 weeks, and we're after some guinea pigs really. So we've got a load of the team going to test it internal, a couple of the clients, but we'd like to offer 5 free places to anyone listening. It's usually valued at £350. If you are interested, ping me an email. I'll give you a discount, a free code, and you can jump in there. All I ask is you complete the course and just give us some feedback if there's anything we can improve on or anything we could get better at. So if you are interested, again, please ping me a link. My email address is there. Thank you all for listening. I know I rattled through that pretty quick. I'm just mindful of time. I want to give you, again, as much value as possible. Hopefully you found that valuable.